Ever pondered on how the universe came into existence? Well, it all started with a Big Bang about 13.8 billion years ago. Picture this. All of space was once compacted into a single point, a singularity, if you will. Then, in an instant, it expanded. This wasn't a typical explosion, it was an explosion of space itself, stretching and cooling to form the universe we know today. This theory, known as the Big Bang Theory, is the prevailing cosmological model that explains the earliest known periods of the universe. It proposes that the universe has been expanding ever since that spectacular event. Fast forward around 9 billion years and our very own solar system begins to take shape. The Earth, our home, formed approximately 4.5 billion years ago. And so, from the fiery chaos of the Big Bang, our universe was born. Fast forward a few billion years, around 4.5 billion years ago, to the birth of our solar system and Earth. Our cosmic journey takes us to a swirling disk of dust and gas, the remnants of a supernova explosion. This is the protoplanetary disk, the cradle of our solar system. Within this disk, solid particles started to collide and stick together, forming planetesimals. Over time, these planetesimals grew larger and larger, eventually forming the planets we know today. Now let's zoom in on a particular planetesimal that was on its way to becoming Earth. It was a violent process with frequent collisions shaping and reshaping our planet. But eventually, around 4.54 billion years ago, the Earth as we know it began to take shape. Over millions of years, Earth's surface cooled, allowing for the formation of a solid crust. Volcanic activity and comet impacts contributed water to the surface, creating our oceans. Thus, from cosmic dust and gas, our home planet was formed. How did life sprout on Earth, you ask? Let's delve into the intriguing theories about the origin of life. Around 3.5 billion years ago, life began to stir. But how? One fascinating theory is panspermia, suggesting that life was delivered to Earth via comets or meteorites. Imagine life as we know it hitching a ride on a space rock. Now, there's also the theory of chemical evolution, proposing that life originated from simple organic compounds that gradually evolved into complex organisms. Imagine a primordial soup, a concoction of chemicals, spontaneously generating life. Now, fast forward a bit to around 3.8 billion years ago, and we have the emergence of the first unicellular organisms. These microscopic pioneers were the first to call Earth home, setting the stage for the incredible diversity of life we see today. So around 3.5 billion years ago, the first flicker of life began on Earth. From single-celled organisms to us, the Homo sapiens. How did that happen? Let's explore human evolution. It all started around 6 million years ago when our earliest hominid ancestors first started to walk upright. This shift had a profound impact, allowing them to use their hands more freely and paving the way for the development of tools. Fast forward to about 2 million years ago and we see the emergence of the Homo habilis, aptly named handyman, known for their tool-making abilities. Then, around 1.8 million years ago, the Homo erectus appeared, the first of our ancestors to venture out of Africa. After a few more evolutionary detours, we arrive at the Neanderthals, our closest extinct human relative who even made jewelry. Finally, around 300,000 years ago, Homo sapiens, that's us, made their grand entrance. These early humans not only crafted tools but also developed language, setting the stage for complex societies to flourish, and thus around 300,000 years ago, we, the Homo sapiens, emerged. From cave-dwelling beings to organized societies, let's delve into the birth of human civilizations. Around 5,000 years ago, the first human civilizations began to rise. These societies, such as Sumeria and ancient Egypt, marked a significant shift in human history. They were more than just clusters of people living together. They were organized, structured societies with systems of government, religion, and culture. In Sumeria, located in present-day Iraq, we see the development of cuneiform, one of the earliest known systems of writing. This allowed for the recording of laws, trade transactions, and even poetry. Over in ancient Egypt, the civilization was renowned for its monumental architecture. The pyramids, temples, and obelisks they constructed still captivate us today, standing as testaments to their technological prowess and cultural sophistication. These civilizations, among others, began to shape the world in ways that still resonate today. They laid the foundation for the world we know. And so, around 5,000 years ago, the first glimmers of human civilization began to shine. Fast forward to the Middle Ages, a period of stagnation followed by the Renaissance, a period of renewal. The Middle Ages, also known as the Dark Ages, spanned from the 5th to the 15th centuries. It was a time when cultural and economic progress slowed considerably, especially in Western Europe. However, this period wasn't all doom and gloom. It set the stage for the birth of the Renaissance, a time of rebirth and renewal. This era, starting in the 14th century and continuing into the 17th century, was marked by a flurry of advancements in the arts, sciences, and geographical exploration. Artists like Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo revolutionized visual arts. Scientists such as Galileo Galilei and Johannes Kepler laid the groundwork for modern science. Explorers, including Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama, expanded the known world. Thus, between the 5th and 15th centuries, humanity experienced a period of darkness and then a rebirth. From hand tools to steam engines. Welcome to the Industrial Revolution and the modern era. Imagine a world where everything is done by hand. Then, in the blink of an eye, machines take over. This is the Industrial Revolution, a pivotal shift that began in the late 18th century. The engine of this revolution, steam. This newfound power transformed industries from textiles to transportation, and society was forever changed. Where once rural life was the norm, urban centers began to swell as people flocked to cities in search of work. The landscape of our world was radically altered, with factories belching smoke becoming a common sight. But it wasn't just the physical world that changed, the social fabric was also transformed. A new class emerged, the industrial working class, characterized by long hours, low wages, and harsh conditions. Yet it was also a time of great advancement. The Industrial Revolution brought about economic growth and an unprecedented increase in productivity. New inventions and innovations improved lives, and the seeds of our modern world were sown. As the wheels of industry continued to turn, the world moved into the modern era. This period, stretching from the late 19th century to the present day, is marked by rapid technological advancements and societal changes. Electricity lit up our cities, cars replaced horse-drawn carriages, and telephones connected us in new ways. The pace of life quickened, and the world became smaller as transportation and communication technologies advanced. The modern era also saw significant social changes. Women's suffrage, civil rights movements, and the fight for equality have all played a significant role in shaping the society we live in today. But it wasn't all progress. The modern era has also been marked by challenges, from world wars to the current struggle with climate change. Yet, throughout it all, humanity has shown resilience, adaptability, and a ceaseless drive for innovation. So the Industrial Revolution sparked a transition into the modern era, where we currently reside. From hand tools to artificial intelligence, our journey continues, fueled by curiosity and the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Now let's discuss the key events of the 20th century and the challenges we face today. The 20th century was marked by significant events that shaped the world we live in today. The first half of this century was dominated by two world wars, which changed the geopolitical landscape and had profound implications for society, politics, and economics. The World War I, also known as the Great War, was a global conflict that introduced the world to the horrors of modern warfare. Following a brief period of peace, the world was once again plunged into conflict with the outbreak of World War II, a cataclysmic event that saw the use of nuclear weapons for the first time and led to a dramatic reshaping of the world order. The second half of the 20th century was marked by the Cold War, a period of geopolitical tension between two superpowers, the United States and the Soviet Union. This era was characterized by ideological conflict, military tension, and a race for technological supremacy, culminating in the space race that put the first humans on the moon. As we transitioned into the 21st century, humanity faced new challenges. The advent of the digital age brought about unprecedented technological advancements, but also gave rise to new forms of social and economic disparity. Globalization, another defining characteristic of our age, has led to increased interconnectivity, but also to new tensions and conflicts. One of the most pressing issues of our time is climate change. This global crisis threatens the very future of our planet, as we grapple with rising temperatures, extreme weather events, and the loss of biodiversity. It's a challenge that calls for collective action and innovative solutions. The other challenge is the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, which has underscored our interconnectedness and vulnerability. It has also highlighted the importance of scientific research, public health infrastructure, and global cooperation. Thus, we arrive at the present day, facing challenges and opportunities like never before.